right, Leo, floor is yours. Welcome, everybody. Please go down there, that bottom right-hand bubble. Please retweet out the space. Let's get into some updates here in a few minutes.
Yo, thanks for everyone coming. We are going to update you. Full of updates. Hope everyone's having a great day. Um, uh, the Western world is getting cold while Australia and New Zealand are getting hot now. So now it's the reverse.
Alrighty. As you guys can see in the title today, crypto mining is dead. What do you think?
I like it. Oxymoron.
Mm-hmm. As above, so below.
Yep.
So we have crypto mining from Xeno Mining. Anybody who happen to be listening to this recording later on who tunes in, yeah, pardon me. I gotta come right, Leo.
Yeah, you're good. Don't forget to repost this on the bottom right. Hit the bubble. If you guys could do that. I'm glad is everyone having a great day? So glad. Wake is coming up. Mr. Canadian.
It's good, family. I'm actually home and can participate today.
Wow.
How's everyone?
You're doing great.
Pounded out my job this morning so that I can come along.
All right. What an honor.
Who do we got on the host channel? The Vincent?
Vince. Yeah. I think he's just at
Return.
home. He's inhaling his food.
Nice. Topic for today. Interesting.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Oxymoron.
Is that just a...
Clickbait.
Yeah.
So the stuff that the software that you use to make some of the content, um, do you have like a subscription or are you using free stuff or?
Some and some not. Yeah. I probably in the last few months, man, it's like I think I have 83 different bookmarks in my test software bookmark folder. And that's in the last 3 months. So I've been
Wow.
filtering through and trying to pillage through and go through them and be like, okay, is this one useful? Yeah, keep it. Is this one not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm finding like a lot of tools are great, but they're all just kind of single tools. Nothing's really out there. Like, Canva is getting a lot better with putting things in and adding things and stuff like that with all the AI stuff that's coming along. So that I feel like for the ease of users and stuff like that, that program is probably one of the best and easiest to work with. But um, yeah, CapCut is free. It does put a little, watermark on your little videos, but you can take your video and crop it or something. But if you wanted to, yeah, some of these clip videos, we've been using a software called Vizard.ai, and it's a fairly new software. And what it does is it sort of pulls you can set clips from the video that you're uploading, or you can just drop a URL in and it splices out up to 10 short videos out of the one video, as long as it's over, I think it's a 10 minutes or something like that. It would give you at least up to 10 videos, clips and stuff like that. And it kind of clips it, and it'll clip it, but it'll put the captions on there and kind of put the video screen on there, and if there's somebody speaking, it's single-handedly pulls them out of the video and puts them in as a speaker, and it's pretty wild.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty wild.
All right, gents. This is a little different having to wake up here today.
What's up, Vince?
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
You liked our title, huh?
I mean, I don't know. It's a little clickbaity.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we got to do nowadays, right? We got to play the game, don't we?
Yeah.
Just like we play any game, right? Got to play it to make sure it works for you, right? So, um, the anybody who's tuning in, listening to recording, right? Xeno Mining is the third collection from Dogface Labs, and as the title says, Xeno Mining, we are obviously a mining project, the third of 7 collection ecosystem that is expanding. We are mining BTC, or Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge, Cadena, and we'll be looking to add Nervos, um, maybe even any other potential proof of work. I know we have discussed Caspa has come up. I know there's a few people out there that are mining Caspa, and I think it's doing pretty well in the market right now. But those miners are they pricey, aren't they? I want to say they're right around that 30K mark for a Caspa miner. So that's pretty pricey considering what we are able to purchase as far as S19J Pros, L7s, and even the K3s. So you guys have an update. We did have some miners that were taken offline from one location, being moved, consolidating into another location with with Elite Mining, our mining company. So we are waiting for those to arrive. They had to go cross country. They will get turned back on, and our other miners that have arrived, all of those all together will be online. We're waiting for 2 to come back, I think, still from the repair shop that were not hashing up to par. So we sent them off to have some warranty work on them. And that will bring us up to 42. So most of the community that's in here will already know that. That's an important thing to know. We're at 42 miners. And then as the facility is finishing being built out for the immersion aspect of it, then they will be moved over and then immersed. And that will be the exciting part, that we'll start earning more because we'll be able to overclock them and also have a lower power rate at that point in time. So increased revenues, rewards. So we're hoping to have all that accomplished. Now, if you guys, what do you guys think about what's going on in the market? As far as it looks like Bitcoin is holding right in that 35K range. Altcoins seem to be popping off here and there. I'm seeing some of them are coming up 15-20%. We had XRP that had a nice little rise the other day. Maybe the bottom is in, huh? Or are we due for another pullback? I don't know. What do you guys think, Leo?
I don't I don't really see a major pull back, but I do see this as a a pump, but not the real bull run.
Um, no, I don't think this is this. I think this is just the beginning of things starting to turn around. I do believe that we are going to have another pullback, probably around the end of November, right after the Thanksgiving holiday. Why would I say that? Does anybody in the room know why I would say that?
The moons.
You got it, man. And not only that, is it a full moon on November 27th? Guess what moon it is? It's a beaver moon. How about that?
Go Canadians. Fucking
So, if folks are listening down there, if you're not familiar with moon cycles, full moons, we usually have some bearish energy in the market. It could be 5 days before, 5 days after a full moon. Right? It's an energy time frame. We will probably see some continued rise in the market, but then we'll see it cool off and some bearish energy introduce itself probably around that full moon. So if you're looking to pick up anything at some good prices, that's probably going to be potentially the last lows you will see as we start to transition in next year. Now, could I be wrong? Absolutely, could be wrong. The market maker is going to do what the market maker is going to do. We could have some black swan event, that could really pull us down. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds with any of that, but again, these are the kind of things that, as not having to worry about trading. If you're not worried about trading and you're just looking for long-term residuals to come in, obviously that's the intelligent part of owning a mining NFT, especially here at Zeno, because again, we do not have that overhead. We didn't have to finance any of our miners. We're now just sitting back. Miners are online, paid off, collecting revenue, right? So we had first payout October 1st. You all know that. It wasn't real big. The next one will be a lot better come January 1st. Here's our thing. This is a tough market right now. We're coming up to the holidays. We know quite a few people, including myself, funds tied up with algo trading bot that we invested in, but we keep trudging forward, and that's what we do here at Dogface Labs and Zeno Mining. We will keep trudging forward with each group of NFTs that we're able to sell. Again, we will look to make some additional miner purchases. And we're watching those S21s as far as Bitcoin miners. Those are going to be looking to come out early in probably Q2, maybe next year, if I remember correctly. So there's not a lot to really report on right now, guys, as far as that goes. We're kind of waiting to see news about these miners. And we'll look to deploy some additional capital as we continue to sell some NFTs. If you look at the issue that we're solving with creating ongoing revenue, when you look at the big picture, yes, you can buy some crypto, you can trade it, but you're now getting crypto at a low spot prices. We're all going to look to diversify the payouts, right, into the native cryptos. Um, the initial cost of, at this point, this phase, roughly around the 300 USD mark. Again, the sooner we're able to sell out, the more miners we can get online, more revenue we're all going to be generating. That just speeds up the process of getting us up to those projected numbers. 5 years, I think 50K is conservative for what we're going to be able to generate, especially being into the immersion side of things. Being able to cut down power costs that other projects are not able to do, to then overclock and run our machines at a higher productivity rate, again, increasing the rewards coming back to the community. These things combined, looking at potentially a 25 to 30% additional profit on the production of what the miners are doing because of immersion and the power costs we're able to get. I think we're going to do much better in that 5-year projected 50 mark. So the question you really need to ask yourself is, where are you going to be able to put $300 and know that in 5 years' time, proof of work is not going anywhere, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. These are all going to continue to grow. The team is constantly watching what the market does, looking to see where it's going to go, bringing all this value to you for that low price, and then sit back and collect rewards over time and not have to continue to learn trading skills if you do not have the time, if you do not have the confidence to do it. Some of these cryptos are easily purchased at 200x. Some of us have are taking crypto profits and pulling right back into zero.
You're rugging a little bit, Vince, just to let you know.
I am, or you are?
You are.
What is it with the internet? So that's kind of where we're at, guys. I think that we're, again, I can say this over and over, we're well positioned where we are to continue growing. Obviously, we want to be able to put more capital expenditures to work, but we've got to get the word out. So, and that's what we're working on doing. All these AMAs, we keep grinding away doing, making more relationships, expanding the services that we're bringing for veterans and the benefits area that Leo has been helping work on with the team. Again, all these things that we continue to do. Amazing. Okay. Amazing. So I can't get more. The fact that now looking to go cross chain, expand in the XRPL, look to go to Bitcoin ordinals. It just doesn't get any better than this, guys. We're at the perfect time. I know things are rough in the economy. So, do what you can. If you've got other NFTs that are in your wallet that are not making you money, maybe it's the time to make the decision now that the market has come back up a little bit. See if you can take some of that funneled into something that's going to actually make you money over time. Space.
Hey,
I see you unmuted. I've been feel like I'm rambling
someone
on.
someone's got to rescue you from the rug that is encapsulating your sultry tones. And hopefully, as I say that, I'm not going to rug myself, because that would just be a lot of egg in my face. I want to wish everyone a very good evening. And, what is really good about what we're doing here at Dogface is that we are continuing to communicate effectively and regularly to each one of you. And I think that really helps to build confidence in what we're doing and what we're building. And that's why we arrive back here on a Wednesday to talk about updates in the community, updates in terms of the mining, updates in terms of other parts of the project that are continuing to push forward and move forward as well. So if you're not feeling confident already, come back on next Wednesday and we'll continue this conversation, and come back the following Wednesday and we are not going anywhere. You can be confident that your money that is spent a really, in a way, small amount over the big scheme of things. For $300, you buy into a company that is continuing to prove itself to you day in, day out, week in, week out. And I think that's really where a lot of confidence is built, that we are here to serve you, we're here to serve veterans, and we're here to serve your wallets as well, for sure. I did have a theory as well, Vince, about this whole. I've heard the term a bear trap, which, you know, if you want to explain that more in more depth, then I probably will know exactly what it means. But you know, why is the price potentially going to go back down at the end of the month? Certainly, the moon might have something to do with it. But certainly in the States, we have this great holiday of Thanksgiving, and of course, we then go out and we try to buy all these things on sale. So crypto might be going on sale for a few days after Thanksgiving. So to thank the Americans for that sale, if it does occur, and make sure to not be on Santa's naughty list, because perhaps you won't get what you want.
Oh, I always get what I want.
Well, you must be a good boy then.
Oh no, I'm just terrible, terrible as they can be. But I want a lot of coal so I can heat my house.
Well, coal is good.
I don't know if that was you, Leo.
I pushed the accept button because someone wanted to come up for a speaker.
Oh, yeah, I think I might have hit it before you, and it muted everybody after that. Sam, welcome to the stage, my man. How are you tonight? Appreciate you joining us.
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. How are you?
Excellent. Am I coming through better now, or am I still rugging a bit?
You sound great to me.
Okay. Um, Before I forget, we have Saturday. We are adding a Veterans Day space. It will be at 6 p.m. EST. We'll be doing some celebration of veterans, a little trivia. We'll have a little music, some giveaways. Invisible Enemies will be joining us that day as well to kind of do a little bit of celebration of Veterans Day. So I want to make sure all of our community, again, we'll be pushing that out, but please, if you have some availability to join us, we won't be taking up all of your evening, but we do want to commemorate Veterans Day a little bit on this Saturday. That is Saturday in the U.S., 6 p.m. EST. I do see Fleece down in the audience, Killa AK, Aaron. If you guys would like to come up, please let me know. Aaron, I don't know if you're able to speak. I did share a little bit about some of the minor status. And I don't know if there's anything that you might want to share in addition to what I already covered, if you heard what I was able to push out to the community. Um, uh, you know, I think right now, guys, we're seeing the growth, and I guess I'll talk about this a little bit more, but you know, Space had talked about a bear trap, right? Or are we in a bull trap right now? Those are the things you have to be cautious of if you do any kind of technical analysis. Things in the market can heat up. The nice thing right now is that Bitcoin is kind of holding its levels right now, which is good. It means it's risen in price, but it's staying and it's holding those levels. It's consolidating sideways, which is a good thing, right? Because even if we have a slight pullback, it does look as if we're going to then push higher in price, right? But again, they go up and down in the market. That's what they do. I would say if you're going to be getting any kind of altcoins. Again, watch for Bitcoin for the pullback if you're going to be buying any other altcoins. Again, well, with having Doge, Litecoin, even Cadena, those are considered altcoins because they're not Bitcoin, right? Anything other than Bitcoin is considered an altcoin. Even Ethereum is considered an altcoin. There's a lot of rollover. You'll see people taking profits on Bitcoin, which then they'll roll over into other small cap altcoins. Sometimes you'll hear it referred to as um, altcoin season, where altcoins go crazy, but that's typically after Bitcoin has reached its new all-time high. And it kind of pushes forward, then you'll see altcoin season start to pop off after that because people are taking their profits and rolling them over. Some folks have been doing that currently now with Bitcoin's rise up into that 35K range, rolling it over into some altcoins, and with it will keep cycling that money. All right. Then they will take some of the profits on altcoins, buy back into Bitcoin when Bitcoin pulls back. Again, it's a cycle that they do. Okay. Again, I'm not a big trader. I tend to buy and hold personally myself. That's why I love the mining aspect of it, because I can set it and forget it, basically, right? So, again, we are working as a team in the back. We're working on getting our graphics set up for this transition over to XRPL and launching the concurrent project over there on XRP. Which will bring some additional folks into the ecosystem for us. We know it's easier probably for us to take the collection to them than to try to convince people to come over to Ethereum. That's where we're at with that. We'll keep trucking along. Leo, Sam, Wake, Space, anything you guys want to add, please feel free to chime right in. Otherwise, let me know if I'm still rugging.
No, you're all good. I'm all good on my end.
Thank you.
Good here too.
Awesome. So, I know Wake was talking about some tools earlier. I have seen some of the artwork that is proposed for this XRP collection. I must say, it's fucking fire. If we're going to roll with some of this artwork, guys, I think you're really going to love it. I'm excited to see it. These guys are upskilling
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
themselves, learning AI. If you're part of the community, Fleece put out a couple of new Udemy courses. Please feel free to purchase those. They are not super expensive. He picks economical courses to help upskill you. We're seeing this transition to AI, obviously, with ChatGPT. I'm using it more personally for some of the things that I'm doing on the back end as well. So continue to grow as the market changes. Tech is improving. Like you said, Wake, you're seeing tools come out, lots of tools options. Sometimes some are better than others. Tools are being added into other programs that are helping grow those current tools that you have access to. What kind of growth are you seeing, Wake, in that particular sector?
Oh man, I mean, even just Mid-Journey, for example, they have their web version, and now you're going to be able to prompt right in the web version. So that's huge.
Now, for somebody who's familiar with Mid-Journey, what's something comparable to Mid-Journey, and just a kind of a quick synopsis of how does it even work?
Mid-Journey kind of started with just being only accessible through Discord. So that was a bit of a flaw on their part, being able to access the entire everyone, right? Because not everybody goes on Discord, or not everybody has a Discord account, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I've been learning a lot with AI lately, and a lot of it has to do with training, and if you're using 3 different AI generators and you're doing prompts with one, that prompt's not going to work the same in another one because it's not trained to the point where it's at with you already. So there's that end of it too with the AI learning part of it, which is kind of neat when you think about it. So to me, it's like you got to kind of find one image generator, and work with it, and work with one chat prompter, and work with it because they're essentially learning off of you. Everything that you're typing in, everything that you're doing, everything that you're saying, everything that you're answering. If you are generating images and you're not happy with the ones that are coming up, and you're re-rolling, and you're regenerating, it calculates and it figures things out, and it starts to learn from all of that. And so that's a huge thing behind that I feel that I don't think a lot of people take in account when, you know, for example, I have DALL-E on my phone and I have DALL-E on my web. And I had a prompt that I was working on really well with my phone, and I dumped it into DALL-E on the web, and even the same software, because I don't prompt myself in DALL-E on the web. It's just used for my side business. And it generated something completely out of left field. So I was like shocked. So that's when I started researching on the whole, it's called machine learning. So if you want to look up that'll kind of get you on the track of how it actually works. And it's everyone in a community that is typing in those prompts, it's learning from, right? So it's pretty cool, pretty interesting.
No, it's dope. I think it gives, I would say that for me, maybe not being a best drawer or painter, right? But if I'm creative in the prompting, I can create some art, right? So I have to ask the question then is, this has become kind of a distinguishing line in the sand where some people will say that, well, if you use AI, it's not really art, is it? Versus somebody who's painting or drawing or other things like. And I would argue that that's not the case, because I think that the artistic side of things comes from the vision and not necessarily from the skill itself, right? So if I can envision something and I can learn and prompt and learn the artistic side of prompting that to create the art, then what makes that, why not? Why can't I do that? And why can't it still not be called art at that point, right?
I mean, here's the thing, like, Photoshop guys, for example, like myself, like, you know, there's so many things that Photoshop can do, but it's time consuming and you have to know how to do it. And yeah, it's just a time consuming thing. So with AI now, it's like, you can generate a background image, you can generate a mock-up image, you could generate all these images and then bring those into Photoshop and start manipulating and cropping and cutting things out and dropping things onto the background and manipulating that way. So a lot of people are doing that as well. So it's they're not just generating an image and being like, okay, this is it, I'm done. Some of these guys are still taking their Photoshop skills and putting it into Photoshop and doing additional things like that. But there is a lot of tools out there. So, Photoshop, I feel, is probably a bit, I mean, they're incorporating AI in their software right now because they have to, right?
Hmm.
Um, it's, I think that softwares like that are going to be eventually dead because there's going to be simple apps that you can just, and a little application that you can just run and it'll do all the things that you want it to do eventually. Like I took well, you saw in the Future Founders chat, I blew myself away. I did a job a long time ago for the Deadpool movie, and I got a poster from them that I was able to use for marketing. But it had all like the Deadpool name and the writing on it and all the IMAX films and all the dates and all the poster stuff for the movie, right? So I've never really wanted to like blow that up for my wall because it's like, who cares about all the stuff? I just wanted the picture from the background. It looked dope, you know? So now there's AI tools where you can just take a picture, drop it in, and it'll remove all of the text and all of the watermarks and everything right off of it if you wanted to. And then I can take that image and I took it into another AI tool and upscaled it. And then I, took it into another tool and did this. It's pretty wild what you can do.
Yeah. No, and where do you think we see this going with the NFT ecosphere, right? As far as it goes, do you
I
think?
mean, all over it, but
Yeah,
all over it. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that that's because I do think that people can appreciate the art and it will draw them in, and especially when it comes to tying it into, I say, like a crypto mining project like ours, and being able to expand some of those options of the artwork and what we want to do. I think it's going to. I've seen some projects out there with some pretty dope AI art, and again, it comes down to the vision of the person that's prompting, where that goes with it. And I think that there's some pretty cool art out there, and different types of art that can all be generated by that. And I kind of think that, it's still going to have its value and its place. Um, I know that for us, we're excited to bring it to, our new collection, where that goes, and continue to use that medium as a way to expand the mining aspect of our project, right? Tying that art aspect into it. And because I do know that there are a lot of people who out there who appreciate, some don't, and they just want access to mining rewards. Some people want the art as well as the mining rewards. So we definitely want something that appeals to most people. But I don't think NFTs themselves are going to go anywhere in this market. I think they're going to continue to thrive. I think that projects like ours that are providing real utility in using the NFT as um, basically a democratized version of that, or fractionalized access to that, and then tying it in with this dope art, are going to continue to thrive well. I think, if you look at this next bull run, again, coming back to some of the gaming NFTs, what they're able to do with that and the artwork, the utility behind them, I think we're going to start to see uh, these types of projects do very, very well in the next. If they're just a PFP project, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe as the bull market really takes off and people start really flooding back in. But I think right now, if I had to pick, I would put my money on that. The smart money is already making its move right now. It's already buying the NFT, or has been buying NFTs in projects that have continued to build in the bear market, that are continuing to bring that utility and reward structure back through rev shares, etc., back to their communities. Um, but it'll be definitely an interesting bull run. I don't think I experienced a tail end of the last one as the market kind of pulled back. This will be probably my first actual bull run from bear to bull and back to bear again. So I'm curious to see how this all plays out. I'm excited for us as a project because of the timing of our launch, getting these initial miners and the cost of them. I would like to see us get some more miners online before we even reach this halvening. But again, that all determines on when these S21J Pros or the S21s come out, where the L7s and the K3s sit as well, as far as any new releases. and moving forward on that. So, yeah, that's kind of my view on that. I do see. I did have Nightman that came up to the stage. Nightman, welcome. The artist behind the Xeno artwork that we had. That was pretty much the beginnings of this fusion style, right, between hand drawn art and AI. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like what Lake was saying is that was like a big thing I faced was the kind of evolution of AI still being really young while I was learning it myself. So it was an interesting effect as we ramped up, through the art. It was like getting near the end of the creation was easier because the AI was learning and I was learning the AI. So it was like I went back and like relayered the first few runs because yeah, like the AI gets better and better the more we use it, right? Like that was definitely a learning point and a turning point in this game. But I also love just like pointing out, there's AI in this so much that we do as digital artists in general. Like it's just taken for granted. Where all this emphasis is put on AI as just image generation, but I use AI all the time when I want to make a clean arc in something and I'm just not getting the right pen stroke, right? So you can kind of stroke that line and hold the pen down for a couple seconds and it'll create an arc that you can edit the bend. It's like AI exists and all this stuff that is just kind of overlooked and how simplified it is versus just creating these images. So it's like never feel bad for using AI. It's another tool to put in your belt, like anything else. Like good discussions that get brought up is how far back, how primal do we have to go for it to be real art? But yeah, thanks for having me up.
Yeah.
Always love a good AI art topic.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot in music creation now too, with new plugins coming out that help you write drum patterns and bass patterns and percussions and things like that. And again, it's you know AI can write it, but it does it is it your style, right? And you'd have to kind of teach it what you're looking for, and but we're seeing it's integrating into music now too as well. So I think it's gonna quickly make its way into a lot of our facets of our lives. Um, and again, cutting down potentially on some of this production time on things, or being able to be more creative with it and think outside the box a little bit more. So I, for one, am, just as we try not to be maximalist with Ethereum on where we're launching our NFTs and things like that, you got to be open minded. Otherwise, that whole thing with going back to even typewriters, man. If you don't kind of, learn with the times and learn these new tools, not that some of the old things won't have some value, but they may become antiquated as far as production times, right? Or the ability to turn jobs around and still get the end production piece that people want or maybe looking for, right? So I think you have to be open minded, and that's the beautiful thing about even the education in the community, upskilling, educating people. I hope to see as the market is turning around now, we start to have an influx of new folks start to come into the space as they start to see is the new art, the next phase, a generation of some of this art, still appreciating obviously hand drawn and created stuff at the same time. The transition of tech being involved in all this. I want to tie it back to the crypto mining stuff, because is crypto mining dead? Absolutely not, right? It's starting to actually flourish with Bitcoin ETFs looking like they're going to get approved any day, right? So that the mining is going to start to really grow because even the stocks of mining companies are starting to pick back up again, right? Smart money is going to look to capitalize on these investments. But we're doing it at a good time. And we've already done the advancement section of looking to go, how is crypto mining itself advancing, right? It's advancing by utilization of renewable energy sources, right? Then how, with our energy source coming from flare mining and converting that methane gas into energy to cut our power costs, to going into immersion. Is immersion, it becomes the newer tech of being able to get more production out of your units that you have online, but also cutting down the amount of power that you have to run them at, therefore utilizing less energy, getting the energy at a better cost, getting more production out of your machines. All this tech is evolving, and for us to kind of be at the forefront of that with our project, I think, in my mind, speaks volumes of the research that's been done, the work that's been done in the back to really kind of set this project apart from other mining projects. And I don't want to disparage any of those, but at the same time, if smart money is looking at where am I putting my money, what is my potential return going to be, you simply just have to look at the numbers and what they're doing as far as technology wise, right? And I think that we are perfectly right there in that niche to capitalize. So again, thank you everybody who's come up to the stage. Again, I feel like I've been ranting on, so I want to pass the mic over to somebody else. Feel free to chime in, tell me if I'm crazy, insane, but I don't think so. I think we all got to be a little bit crazy in this space, to be honest.
Who's crazy? Yeah,
Yeah,
no, good space. Good chat.
yeah. And I think too, as we continue to connect with other people, I got a message today to connect with somebody that I want to talk to in further depth about tokenization of assets, right? That next phase. Where do we want to go when we start having all these rewards coming in from the mining aspect? We know we have the portion of these rewards that go into it, the DAO fund, right? What are we going to do with this DAO fund then to continue to grow it? Where can we continue to invest in some tokenization of other assets that continue to drive other revenue back in? All right. I think that that's going to be, as we transition to this, we've looked at, we know XRP is big on this, the Internet of Things, tokenization of gold, assets, stocks, real estate, all these things that we can potentially be at the forefront of and lay this foundation from today moving forward. Well, we've already began making the foundation, and ultimately all this that comes back to the community and really being able to take that and really build a foundation in the retreat, right? um, that's an exciting next process that we want to look to do, and really start making a difference in teaching then and having a space to teach these skills for other folks as well, right? I for one is super excited about where this is going from a future founder perspective of what Fleece has created with this program inside of Dogface Labs, where Dogface Labs is going to go as far as being an incubator for other projects that want to come on board, to our project partners that we have that want to bring mining revenue to their projects because they understand that they've got to have these value propositions for their communities to drive in more rewards. It's great. So some people, I for one, not a huge gamer. I know there's a lot of people out there that like to game, would like to earn from gaming. But I like the standpoint of, I like to be able to take my money, put it somewhere, and then watch it continue to grow. And then if I have the free time to game, then I would love to be able to do that and earn more. But I really want to have my money in some place where it continues to work for me. So I know that we're going to have more investment opportunities. I know that as we've continued to grow as a project, we've had folks like Leo join us and Space Traveler that have continued to add more value to what we're able to do for the veterans that are in the space, veterans that are yet to be introduced to Web3 and learn these other skills. So the growth that I feel like we are going to have over the next 3 to 5 years is going to be absolutely outstanding. I think people are going to be taken aback by what we're going to be able to achieve. And not only by saying it today, but by continued um, continued God, what's the word? I'm having a little moment here. Somebody help me out. Execution on our roadmap. That's what I'm looking for, right? Because we're not only saying these things, we are doing them, and we are going to accomplish them. We want to have as many of you along for this ride as we can. So look forward to having you guys in. And if you're not in our Discord already, we have tons of events coming up. As I talked about, we want to pay homage to veterans on Saturday. We have additional AMAs coming up, the mental health spaces that we have that Space Traveler is doing, geared towards veterans this month, and some topics to touch on what veterans might be going through. These are all the value things that we keep adding to Dogface Labs. So, but I feel like I'm rambling on again. I do see Fleece in the audience. I don't know who's maybe Paulie behind the Dogface account. If y'all would like to come up and shed some light on any topics that I have not touched on, that would be awesome. If you can. It's always great to have some good conversation about where we're going as a project, what we've accomplished, again, where we're going, what's going on in the market, and what you guys see. I know that Fleece and Paulie continue to work towards building these relationships that we have with Futureverse, Moonrunners, and other projects that are big in the space, especially on XRP and other ecosystems as we look to do that. I want to say thank you to all of our team members. If you guys don't already know and are listening to this later on and not aware, we have a team of about 26, from collab team to content team to events team, that put all this stuff together to continue to drive this project forward. And we are doing exactly what we said we're going to do. And we're going to continue to do that. So I'm going to look to, if nobody else is going to pop up, if there's anything else that we want to cover today. Otherwise, I'll kind of look to wrap things up. There's not been a lot of new happenings as far as that goes. We keep going and building the background. Just though you guys know that even though we may be a little quiet, it doesn't mean that there's not work being done in the background. There's a lot to get done to continue to progress forward. So kudos to anybody out there that's building in this particular market. And I hope to see us all at the finish line together. So Wake, anything you want to add?
No, much love, brother. It's a good space, and it was good chat. I enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks everyone for showing up.
Yeah. What do you think, Sam? Think mining's dead?
Maybe Solana, but everything else is going to be fine.
Not a fan of Solana?
No, I don't like Solana. I just, wanted a chance to shit on them for a second. But yeah, no, it's not going anywhere. It's definitely not going anywhere.
No, I don't think so either. If anything, it's going to continue to, proof of work is going to be around for a while. It's going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to improve. I think that with our mining team that we have, the entrepreneur and the vision that we have from leadership, we will always be looking to be ahead of the next thing. And being able to bring that, if it has true utility and value, we are going to bring it to Dogface Labs and continue to grow this ecosystem out that we have. And thank you to the community. You guys are what's making this happen as well. Your trust in the team. With your investments, we're putting that to work with machines. And that's a beautiful thing, right? We couldn't do this all by ourselves. Well, we could do it by ourselves, but it's a lot harder, right? Especially when you look at what we're able to do by buying machines in bulk. and getting the lower power rates than what you could at home. Yes, you could do these things at home with mining, but it would take you a lot longer to get it done. You'd be putting your own capital at risk, where we are taking all that off the plate for you, and doing all the hard work and paying attention to all that. That's the beautiful thing, is all this is just set it and forget it. Purchase your NFT, $300 value, earning you at least 50K over the next 5 years. Again, with immersion mining, I think we're going to do much better with overclocking. But yeah, well positioned for utility and value here. So if anybody else has anything to add to the conversation, I'd love to have it. Otherwise, I'm going to look to kind of start to wrap things up. We got some things to do in the background as a team to keep on trudging forward, and look forward to it. So anybody else got anything to add? And I'll go ahead and look to wrap today's space up, because I do not think that crypto mining is dead whatsoever. I think we're just starting to see things heat up myself.
100%.
All right. Anything last from you, Sam, Leo? I'll pass the mic over to you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Just
for
keep on
Saturday.
cooking.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Leo, go ahead.
Excited for Saturday for Veterans Day.
Me too. We're going to have a good time. Joining us on Twitter. Again, we got special guests, Invisible Enemies joining us. We'll have some speakers, some fun games, a little trivia. We'll enjoy some each other's company, have a little music as well. We'll have a good time. We'll have a few giveaways as well to give out to the community, and we'll have a little fun, and then come together and celebrate a little bit, pay homage, and let you guys get back to your weekend festivities if you have anything planned, no matter where you are at in the world. Enjoy. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this space up. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We will keep you posted. I look forward to having some more updates for you next week, as things get trucking. Again, we got things that we're building and working on in the background. I keep saying that because we keep building like that. We take some of your feedback. Again, if you're in our Discord, there is a survey that we have in Discord. We would love to make any improvements, so please take a moment. It is anonymous. Please fill it out. Be as honest as you can in there. Again, as it's anonymous, we want to take that, continue to improve, make things better, make them flow easier for you guys. We get used to the status quo, but we don't want to get stuck in that. We want to continue to improve things, make them better. And sometimes it takes the vision of the community to give us feedback on those things. So please take a moment. If you haven't done that survey for us, please do. We would sincerely appreciate that. Otherwise, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We'll keep trucking forward. And thank you for your trust in us. And we will keep that mining going. Thank you, everybody. Super appreciate it. Leo, Sam, Wake, thanks for coming up on speaking today. You guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you all in Discord anyway. But thank you, everybody else who joined us in the community. Mining is thriving. Let's freaking go.